Did you know that fans are showing up to Olympic Games wearing Caitlyn Clark jerseys, even though she's not on the team? That's the kind of star power Cheryl Reeve just said we don't care about. But is ignoring the fans a winning strategy? Here's the thing, Cheryl Reeve isn't just any coach. She's the head honcho of Team USA, the powerhouse of women's basketball. So when she drops a bombshell like that about one of the biggest names in the game, you know something's up. Let's talk about Caitlyn Clark. If you've been following women's basketball, you know this name is on everyone's lips. But for those who might have been living under a rock, Clark isn't just another player, she's a phenomenon. Imagine a player who can drain three-pointers from practically half court, dish out assists like they're going out of style, and light up the scoreboard faster than you can say buckets. That's Caitlyn Clark in a nutshell. She's not just good, she's rewriting the record books. This past season, Clark led the nation in scoring and assists. Let that sink in for a moment. She's not just the best at putting points on the board, she's also the best at setting up her teammates. It's like having LeBron James and Steph Curry rolled into one player. But here's where things get wild. Despite Clark's jaw-dropping skills and undeniable star power, she was left off the Olympic roster. You heard that right? The player who's been dominating college basketball and drawing massive crowds wherever she goes won't be suiting up for Team USA. Fans and analysts alike were shocked. It's like leaving Michael Jordan off the Dream Team. One Japanese fan even taunted Team USA, saying, "You can't beat us without Caitlyn Clark." That's how big of a deal this is. The disbelief wasn't just limited to fans. Basketball experts were scratching their heads too. How could you leave off a player who's not only dominating on the court, but also bringing unprecedented attention to women's basketball? Speaking of attention, let's talk about the Caitlyn Clark effect. When she plays, arenas are packed, TV ratings soar, social media explodes with highlights and reactions. She's not just a basketball player, she's a cultural phenomenon. And this is where things get interesting. Many argue that Clark's star power could have given Olympic women's basketball a massive boost. Imagine the excitement of seeing America's newest basketball sensation on the world stage. The viewership numbers could have been through the roof. But Team USA decided to pass on all that potential buzz. They chose to go with a roster of seasoned pros and WNBA stars. On paper, it makes sense. These are players with years of experience at the highest level, but in the age of social media and viral moments, is experience everything? You might be wondering, if Clark is this good, why would Team USA pass on her? It's a question that's been keeping basketball fans up at night. What does Coach Reeve see that we don't? Is there more to team building than just picking the most talented players? Maybe it's about chemistry, or maybe it's about sending a message that no one player is bigger than the team. But when that player is Caitlyn Clark, is that really the right call? You've heard about the Caitlyn Clark drama, but now it's time to talk about the real titans of women's basketball, Team USA. These women aren't just good, they're legendary. We're talking about a team with 59 consecutive Olympic wins and 7 straight gold medals. That's not just a winning streak, it's total domination. But here's the thing, with great success comes even greater pressure. Cheryl Reeve isn't just coaching any team, she's leading a basketball juggernaut with a target on its back. Every other country is gunning for them, dreaming of being the one to end that incredible streak. Imagine being in Reeve's shoes. You're not just expected to win, you're expected to crush the competition. Anything less than gold is considered a failure. That's the kind of pressure that can make or break a coach. Now, you might be thinking, wouldn't adding a superstar like Caitlyn Clark make their job easier? It's not that simple. Team USA is already stacked with WNBA All-Stars and seasoned pros. These women know how to play together, and they've been doing it at the highest level for years. And guess what? Even without Clark, Team USA is still crushing it. They just notched their 59th consecutive Olympic victory against Nigeria. That's right, the machine keeps rolling, Clark or no Clark. So why would Reeve say we don't care about all the Clark drama? It's not just about being dismissive, it's a strategy. Reeve is laser focused on one thing, winning that gold medal. Everything else is just noise. Think about it. When you're trying to make history, you can't afford distractions. Every question about Clark is a question not asked about the team's preparation, their game plan, or their mindset. Reeve's message is clear. We're here to win, not to debate roster decisions. Reeve herself put it bluntly. Their mind is on this journey, and their mission is to win a gold medal. That's coach speak for, we're not letting anything get in our way, especially not media drama. But here's where it gets tricky. Is ignoring the Clark situation really the best move? On one hand, it keeps the team focused. They're not worrying about who's not there. They're concentrating on dominating with who is there. On the other hand, could this strategy backfire? Basketball isn't just played on the court anymore. It's played in the media, on social media, in the court of public opinion. By dismissing the Clark conversation, is Team USA missing out on a chance to connect with fans? Are they alienating a new generation of basketball lovers who see Clark as the future of the sport? And let's not forget the players. They're not living in a bubble. They hear the chatter. They see the Clark jerseys in the crowd. Does pretending it's not happening really make it go away? Or does it create an elephant in the room that could affect team chemistry? And there's also the question of momentum. Team USA is riding high now, but what if they hit a rough patch? In those moments, could the what if questions about Clark start to creep in? Could it create doubt where there was once only confidence? These are the questions keeping basketball fans up at night. Is Reeve's "we don't care" attitude the key to maintaining Team USA's incredible run? Or is it a risky gamble that could blow up in their faces? You've heard about the Caitlyn Clark drama and Team USA's domination, but there's another storyline brewing that's got everyone talking. It's the clash between the old guard and the new wave in women's basketball, and it's shaking things up like never before. Let's talk about this new generation of players, led by stars like Caitlyn Clark. These aren't your grandma's basketball players. They're outspoken, they're marketable, and they're not afraid to make some noise. It's like they've taken the old playbook and tossed it out the window. Remember when athletes were told to just shut up and play? Well, those days are long gone. This new crop of stars is changing the game, both on and off the court. They're not just players, they're brands, influencers, and role models all rolled into one. But here's where it gets really interesting. This shift isn't just about playing style or social media followers. It's about changing the whole narrative around women's sports. These young stars are demanding more visibility, more recognition, and more respect for their game. One WNBA legend put it perfectly. When I was coming out of college into the pro life, it was a little bit of shut up and dribble. For women, be thankful you even have a job. Don't rock the boat too much. Can you believe that? It's like night and day compared to what we're seeing now. But wait, there's more to this story. While the new wave is making waves, the old guard isn't going down without a fight. Take Diana Taurasi, for example. She's a legend in the game, but even she's facing challenges. Despite her incredible career, she's been benched recently. It's like watching a changing of the guard in real time. So here's the million-dollar question. Is Cheryl Reeve's dismissal of Caitlyn Clark a sign of resistance to this change? Is the old guard pushing back against the new wave? Think about it. Clark isn't just a great player, she's a phenomenon. She's bringing new fans to the sport, lighting up social media, and changing how people think about women's basketball. By saying we don't care about all the Clark hype, is Reeve sending a message? Maybe it's about keeping the focus on the team. Maybe it's about respecting the players who've been there, done that. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a sign that the old guard isn't quite ready to hand over the reins just yet. But here's the thing, change is coming whether they like it or not. These young stars aren't just playing basketball, they're pushing the envelope. They're demanding more from the sport, from the media, from the fans, and they're getting it. You might be wondering what this means for the future of women's basketball. Will the sport embrace these new stars and their approach? Or will there be a tug of war between tradition and innovation? One thing's for sure, ignoring fan favorites like Caitlyn Clark could have some serious consequences. We're talking about potential lost viewership, missed marketing opportunities, and maybe even alienating a whole new generation of fans. You've seen the drama, the debates, and the dizzying talent of Caitlyn Clark, but there's something bigger going on here. Something that goes beyond just one player or one team. It's time to talk about the real game Cheryl Reeve is playing, and it's not just the one on the court. And let's get one thing straight. Reeve isn't just picking players, she's building a team, and in her book, that's way more important than any individual star power. It's like she's putting together a puzzle, and every piece has to fit just right. Reeve's not mincing words when it comes to all the Clark chatter. She's made it crystal clear. Her players aren't getting distracted by any of it. But why is she so adamant about this? It's all about team cohesion, folks. Think about it. When you're trying to win Olympic gold, you can't have players wondering, what if, or looking over their shoulders. Reeve wants her team focused on one thing and one thing only, dominating on the court. But here's where it gets tricky. Reeve isn't just coaching a team, she's managing a media circus. On one side, you've got fans and pundits clamoring for Clark. On the other, you've got a team of seasoned pros who've been there, done that, and got the gold medals to prove it. So how do you balance what the public wants with what's best for the team? It's like walking a tightrope while juggling flaming torches. One wrong move, and everything could go up in flames. Reeve's strategy? Keep it simple. Stick to the plan. Trust the process. It's not flashy, but it's worked so far. After all, you don't win 59 Olympic Games in a row by accident. But wait a second, what if Reeve's playing it too safe? What if ignoring the Clark factor is actually hurting the team? Like, here's a wild thought. Could bringing in a fan favorite like Clark actually boost team morale and performance? Imagine the energy she could bring, the fresh perspective, the sheer excitement of having one of the hottest names in basketball on your squad. And then let's not forget about the fans. Basketball isn't just played on the court anymore. It's played in the hearts and minds of millions of viewers. By leaving Clark off the roster, his team USA missing out on a chance to connect with a whole new generation of fans. It's not just about skill, it's about star power. Clark has that it factor that can't be taught. She's not just a player, she's a phenomenon. In a world where social media buzz can be just as important as on-court performance, is Reeve making a strategic error by downplaying Clark's impact? But here's the kicker, Reeve isn't just playing checkers, she's playing chess. The real game isn't just about winning on the court, it's about managing the narrative, shaping team dynamics, and setting the tone for women's basketball as a whole. Every comment Reeve makes, every roster decision, every strategy she employs, it's all part of a bigger picture. She's not just coaching a team for one tournament, she's shaping the future of the sport. So when Reeve says we don't care about the Clark drama, she's doing more than just brushing off a question. She's sending a message to her team, to the fans, to the entire basketball world. She's saying, we're here to win and we'll do it our way. But is it the right way? That's the million-dollar question. Will Reeve's focus on team cohesion and proven talent pay off with another gold medal? Or will the decision to leave off a generational talent like Clark come back to haunt them? So what's the real game here? It's not just about Caitlyn Clark or Cheryl Reeve, it's about the future of women's basketball. We're seeing a clash between star power and team strategy, and it's bigger than any one player or coach. This controversy, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Women's basketball is changing fast. More fans, more money, more attention. But with all that comes tough choices. And here's the million-dollar question. As the sport grows, who's going to shape its future? Will it be the superstars who light up social media and pack arenas? Or the strategists who focus on building winning teams? What do you think? Did Reeve make the right call leaving Clark off the team? Or is she missing out on a game-changing opportunity? The future of women's basketball might just depend on how we answer these questions.